Hello, RenDSM fam. I am missing you all so very, very much. I'm thinking about you all. I'm thinking about our screams of joy and happiness, all of our chants, missing each other, sharing space, all of our community builders, all the crazy stuff that we did together. I'm missing you all so very much. I hope that this little moment we can share together can be like a little bit of a bright spot during this time. Something else I just want to say and send to you all is that I'm thinking about all of our celebrations and how many of them had to be put on pause. I'm thinking about birthdays that didn't get to be celebrated in the same way. I'm thinking about anniversaries. And I mean, what's on all of our minds? I'm thinking about graduations. And this big life moment in all of our lives has kind of been put on pause. And it's really, really difficult. Just know that I'm holding you all in love and light, and I'm sending it to you all, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about how to celebrate you all the best and how to give you all your shines and your stages and everything you deserve. And I promise that once the world is in a more healed place, that we will do everything we can to make sure that we pay homage to you and honor you in the best way that we can. With that being said, I would love to move on to the content that I really wanted to cover today. So I really want to talk about dreams. They've been on my mind so much lately. I have had the most weirdest, craziest, specific dreams of my entire life during this time. And I think I'm not alone. Some of my friends have said, oh my God, I've had really weird dreams. Family members have said it. And then also on my TL, I've just been noticing people saying I just woke up from the weirdest, most vivid dream. So then I started to do a little bit digging. I was like, is this a cultural phenomenon? What's going on? It turns out it is. So I read this article by National Geographic where they talked about how we're living through unprecedented times right now. And there's a lot of fear and anxiety and questioning and wondering what's going to happen in the world. So at night, our brains are processing all these things. Our subconscious is trying to make sense of all of these things, and they come out in really, really weird and bizarre dreams. And also, we're not really experiencing exhaustion or tiredness in the same way. A lot of us are really cooped up in the house, and so we're not experiencing insomnia, and we're not getting good rest, and all those things are playing their roles. But I think what's more important than all of that is the way that dreams are really important to us, being introspective and thinking about what our minds and our bodies are living through, the traumas that we're experiencing. And when we look into our dreams, we can find some answers, and they can help us to focus and then write through them. So I'm gonna use a couple of my dreams, for example, and where I decided to take them. So the first one, which I think is kind of a universal feeling I bet a lot of you are having, is I had this really awful nightmare. And in this nightmare, I'm in my car. And for those of you who know me, I have another car, but I have the old car that I used to drive when I was in high school. It's this tiny little white hatchback. It still even has all the stickers on it from North when I went there in high school. And in the stream, it's not working very well, which is not surprising. It's an old little tiny beat up car. But in the stream, I'm trying to get it to go, and I can't. It won't shift. It's only going in reverse. I'm freaking out, and I'm really anxious, and there's all this wooded area around me. And then people start coming out of the woods, and I think it's a cult. That's how I'm going to manifest it. And I know that they have an ill intent. They're coming towards me, and they're making me feel really, really scared, and they're closing in, and I don't know what's gonna happen, and I feel really helpless. And so I think that one's kind of obvious. I think it has to do with the virus and how this unseen thing is going to cause me harm, and I don't know what it could be. And also crowds of people, we're feeling social distancing and crowds of people to keep us safe. Those, I think that's all at play. And then the other one that I had is weirder and took me a little bit of more introspection, and then I've had to write through it. So a friend of mine recently had a baby, which, sending her love and shout out to her, because this is a wild time to have a baby in this world. And I keep dreaming that I go to visit her, and her baby is a crow. It's her baby. She's this is my baby. Look at him. He's beautiful. But instead of a baby, he's a crow. And he's kept in this ornate, beautiful cage and everything. And then also this dream, coincides, in the same space as this other dream I have about babies being frozen in the ocean. And it's not graphic or really scary or anything. It's just that this image of babies frozen in the ocean. And And so I tried to like figure out where I think that this was coming from, or like understand my perspective a little bit more and do that digging, like that self-awareness and journaling through it. And I realized that I think it had to do with that time when they were making a lot of announcements about surgeries and what was essential and what wasn't. And they made a lot of discussion about women's right to choice and our right to choose, and they were making a lot of decisions, and they were pairing it with like the virus and limiting women and not letting them have that option. And I think that it had to do with that. So then I started writing about it, and I started writing through it, and it turned into like a really powerful piece. So I wanted to give you guys some prompts and also a poem to go with it. Hers is about, her name's Sabrina, and she's on the Button Poetry site. She has tons of poems up there, but this poem's called Hurdles and Dreams. That one's more about love lost, if that's like a path you want to take it down. Mine's more about like social justice stuff. But a couple prompts I would leave you with would be, last night I dreamt, ... I keep having this dream, ... and I'm dreaming that, ... So you can stick with those and like keep like what's actually happening in your dreams and working through them. Start from like that visceral place of describing it, and then pushing into like what you think that it actually symbolizes, or also, you know, just thinking about the future and writing about dreams in a really positive way. That's also like an uplifting way to take this. All right, I love you all so much. Thanks for sharing space with me this afternoon. Stay safe.